In this video, let's talk about how Vue detects array changes. Let's go to VS Code. First, let me create a Git branch for this Vue concept, so it'll be easier for you to review the code later. Git branch array change detection. Git switch. Okay, so we're now on branch array change detection. Let me copy and paste some starter code. In this simple example, we defined an array in the script with 3 users, ID, name, age, and isActive. And in the template, we use v-4 to loop through this array and print index, ID, name, age, and isActive. So this is pretty straightforward. There is a button to sort users by age. And here is the definition of this method. So here, if I click sort users by age, as you can see, the users are sorted by age in ascending order. Next, I will add a feature to hide inactive users in the list. So here, I'm going to create a button. And I call this hide inactive users. Add click. And this will invoke a method hide inactive users. All right. So go down here. Let's define this function. You're like, that's easy. We can get users and then dot filter. And I want to keep the users whose isActive is true. Okay. So very simple. Basically, we'll filter out the inactive users. We only keep the active users. All right. So now let me go here and click hide inactive users. Now let me remind you that only Franklin Wong is active. So when I click this button, I should only see one Franklin Wong in the list. So let's do it. All right, nothing happened, right? What's going on? The list is not changed, right? Let's press F12 and take a look at the Vue extension. Okay, so let me refresh. When I click hide inactive users, take a look at this array. Click 1, 2, 3. Nothing happened. All the users are still in the users array. Inactive users are not filtered out. Okay, it turns out that this filter method is a non-mutating method. It means it is not mutating the original array, but always returning a new array. When working with non-mutating methods, you should replace the old array with the returned new array. So here's how we can fix it. Remember, this one returns a brand new array. Let's use it to replace the original array. Users.value. We're going to assign this newly returned array, the filtered array, to users.value. Now this time, let's try again. When I click hide inactive users, okay, now we only have Franklin Wong. Here, I guess we need to refresh. Okay, now we have only one element in the array, which is Franklin Wong. Where is my original array? Unfortunately, it is overridden. We lost it. We lost user John Smith and user Tom Doe because the current users array only contains Franklin Wong. Be careful about this. Let me show you another non-mutating method in array, slice. So let me scroll up. Now this time, we're going to add a button. And we only want to show the first 2 users. Add click, show first 2 users. Okay. First of all, let me refresh to bring everything back. Okay, so let's go down here and define this show first two users. And that's simple. We can use users dot slice from 0 to 2. So 0 included, 2 not included. That is the first two users. And come down here, refresh. If I click this button, I hope to only have John Smith and Tom Doe, right? Nothing happened. And the array still has 3 users. This is similar to filter. It turns out that filter, concat, and slice are non-mutating methods of an array. They are not mutating the original array. Instead, they're returning a brand new array. So we will have to assign this to users.value, just like hide inactive users. Refresh. Now if I click show first two users, I only get John Smith and Tom Doe. Okay, so here let's refresh. We only have 2 users in the users array. John Smith and Tom Doe. Okay, let's do a summary here. Based on the official documentation, Vue is able to detect when a reactive array's mutation methods are called and trigger necessary updates. And here is a list of mutation methods. Mutation means modifying the original array. No new array is returned. They are push, pop, shift, unshift, splice, sort, and reverse. In comparison, there are also some non-mutating methods. So in the example, I showed you filter and slice, but there's also something called concat. Those methods do not mutate the original array, but always return a new array. When working with non-mutating array methods, we should replace the old array with the new one. As you can see, the official documentation also gives an example of filter. Please read this paragraph. You might think this will cause Vue to throw away the existing DOM and re-render the entire list. Luckily, Vue is smart. This is not the case. Vue implements some smart heuristics to maximize DOM element reuse. So replacing an old array with a newly returned array containing overlapping objects is a very efficient operation. But I do want to warn you that by replacing the old array with the newly returned array, you lost the data in the old array. We'll come back to this topic again in the next video when we discuss computed properties. Next, let's go back to VS Code and push the code to GitHub. Git add, git commit, array change detection, git push, okay, git switch to main. In the next video, let's talk about computed properties. See you there.